Andrea, welcome here to
Hello.
Charlotte. And we are inside the playing hall of the Naroditsky Memorial. Excited to play here?
I am. This is my first competitive chess tournament in years, but I'm so glad it's this one. I've been doing some training. There's so many people coming together for this event, which honestly, I really miss these community based events and seeing all the streamers here. So hopefully, I can at least win one game in the Creator Invitational.
And you have been training, you mentioned.
By training, I pulled up some chess lines on the plane. I tried to study. After 15 minutes, I need a snack. I make a snack. I walk around. I try again. But you know what? I might have the best Jobava London in this hall, so I'll vouch on that.
Wow. Maybe Botnik might not like that, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we don't get paired.
And, we're all here for one person, that's Daniel Naroditsky. What was his sort of impact for you in your life?
Yeah.
When was the first time did you meet him? Do you remember?
Yeah, of course. So when my sister and I started streaming during the pandemic when chess was taking off, one thing, like speaking of the community, is we would always challenge grandmasters to silly bets where we would make them dance and they'd have to play down a rook and down time versus my sister and I, with us also trash talking them with the most ridiculous. And I remember we would do time odds games versus Danya, and he would take the most insane odds, I think like 15 seconds versus 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes, and he would give us the best odds ever. And the games that he would pull off were so magnificent. And I remember just one time we finally won and he was like, just whatever you do, Alexandra, please don't make me dance. But we still made him dance. And he was a very good sport, but it was possibly the most hilarious grandmaster dancing I had ever seen. But aside from that, that was like my first time meeting Danya. My sister knew him long ago. But actually, I want to go more into something else, but I'll let you maybe ask the next question because it's probably you should ask the next question.
Yeah. No, I mean, so the first time you guys met, like you met Danya, was online.
Online when we were streaming, and then he would also give me lessons on Twitch, which were really sweet memories. I remember he would have a 10-hour day of commentary, and I'd be like, hey, Danya, if you want to cancel stream today, it's okay. You've had a long day. He's like, absolutely not. I'm so excited. I've got the best positions. I can't wait for our lessons. And that's just how Danya always was. Like, he made me so excited to learn chess, which even when I'm studying for this tournament, in the past, looking forward to a chess tournament, not so much exciting, but now I just think about how much he loved the game, and it's genuinely like makes me so excited to play again.
So when you learned from him on streams, was it like maybe you did a few sessions with him? Was it like many, or how was it?
He gave me a couple, like we would do endgame, pawn structure, middle games, a bit of opening prep, a lot of odds matches though, a lot of games where he is just taking 15 seconds and still destroying us. But he was honestly down for whatever. Last time, actually, in person, we did a simul where Dina, my sister, and I all trash talked him.
Oh, yeah.
He beat all of us.
That was
still.
a great video. I remember watching it.
Yeah, and I mean, the entire time he was also so graceful. Like, the one thing about Danya is he never makes any of his opponents feel inferior, no matter if you're brand new to chess or whatever. He has, like, so much respect for the game, and I remember even when I'm not playing very good games, he makes you feel so, like, gracious and happy to even be there in his presence. And I remember those days when he was also just destroying us, even in person. He was always such, like, a kind sport to play against.
And so when you kind of learned chess from him and you were always he was very excited about chess, do you think that chess was something that he really, really like lived for, that whenever he did chess, be it commentating, teaching, live streaming, whatever, it just felt like he was alive?
Yeah, I mean, anyone who knew Danya, beginning from when he was a kid, even when he was a kid, they're like, this kid is brilliant, like from one chess lesson. And I know he, similar with my sister, they were in the Bay Area where he would often go give chess lessons at the chess club, and he had a lot of students. And any person who speaks about Danya being a teacher, it's that exact quote that you're saying. Like, he lived, breathed, loved chess, which you can see in the progression of his life the entire time he was playing Blitz. Like, he cared so much about his peers to just respect him for his chess, because that's how much he loved the game, which I think is so admirable and just shows like what a respectful and honorable human being and how much he treasured the game.
Amazing. And then when you got to know that this event was happening, you were like, was there some thought that, okay, this is going to be very tough, or you're like, no, okay, I have to play this? How did you react to it?
So, like I said, we haven't, my sister and I haven't really been, we've retired from competitive chess. I can say that. But the second we got the invite, no matter what, I'm there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be there. I think everyone coming together for Danya is, it's going to be an emotional tournament for everyone. But there's nothing else that Danya would have wanted than trying to spread the love for the game. So without a blink, I was like, I'm excited to play. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to do some recap. I actually want to play good chess. But hopefully we can also take this time together to, like we're doing right now, like share some memories about him, talk about his legacy, and that this is his legacy. More people who really care about chess, learning about chess, and this is a reminder because obviously in today's time, like you never know how precious your time is, and life on the earth is so limited. And so whenever we can take little reminders to just like step back, look back, appreciate these moments together, we don't really, the chess community doesn't do that very often. Everyone's, on the go, isolated. It's not really a team sport like most, where like communities really come together for things. So I'm just glad that we can at least come together for Danya and remember his legacy.
Amazing. Lastly, I want to ask you if there was something from Danya that you learned, and that would be like an advice to all the viewers out there that they can, have in their life. What would it be?
So my thing from Danya that I learned and still to this day admire about him is not really necessarily related to the chess play, despite him being, like many people say, one of the most brilliant chess players. But I think it was just his kindness and the fact that he never had an ego. Because I think when anyone is as brilliant as him, and there are so many amazing chess players at that level, but it's very rare that you come across an individual who's also just selfless and puts other people in front of himself. And like, to me, it's just that selfless, like kind Danya nature that you can see in all his videos. So I think it's more just being a kind person to everyone, not taking yourself too seriously, even if you are someone who's one of the best in the world at what you do. I think that was one of the most inspiring things about him.
Beautiful. Thank you, Andrea, for your time and for this interview. All the best for the tournament.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Alexandra, welcome to Charlotte. We are here together for the Naroditsky Memorial. How are your emotions like, to play here? We had this small gathering and I could see you were so emotional.
It's hard to be here and it's really sad. But it's beautiful to see everybody who loved Danya come together and to commemorate him. I can't say I'm happy to be here, but I'm happy that we're here remembering him.
When was the first time you met Danya?
I first met Danya probably when we were 10 years old. I think it was when World Chess Network was a thing and they did this competition for kids and we all played in Vegas, and there's this photo of us as kids. I was pretty tall for a girl, and I remember I think he was still slightly taller than me and we were in the back, so I remember that photo. And he did really well in the tournament. I didn't do as well.
Well, are you like same age or?
I think he's a year younger than me. Yeah.
And then, like, over the years, how was it? Like, did you become friends, or was it during, I know that when you went to Stanford is when you both got to know each other better. Was it then or before?
Yeah, or when he got into Stanford, he first took a year off, if I recall correctly, because he was playing chess, and I was the president of the chess club, and I arranged a simul where he came and he played against all of the Stanford kids, like 10 at the same time. And that was when we first met. And then he later came to Stanford, and then we became better friends. We took a class together, we'd play casual basketball. And then, when streaming happened and all that stuff, we'd talk a lot about it and do a lot of collabs together. So we became close over the years.
How was the time in Stanford? 'Cause I think he also helped you.
Yeah, we were taking a history class together, and He got an A+. I only got an A, but it's fine. And we would study for the final together, even though I realized like he didn't really need to study. I think we were more just hanging out because he already knew all of the things together. But it was fun to take a class with him. And then he'd do impressions of our professor when we were studying. It was really funny. And we'd also play a lot of basketball, but I'd always be benched. He was really good at three-pointers, although I'm pretty sure I beat him once because I looked through our messages and I was trash-talking him about basketball and sending him memes. I think the one time I beat him, and he would just always take, again, it would happen one time and I would hold it over his head. And it was really funny to see his reactions to stuff. I reread through all of our like old Facebook messages after just to remember everything.
I think he was very good at basketball, right? I remember there was this tournament in Qatar, Qatar Masters, and there was a free day or some time, and he played basketball. And Vidit is very good at basketball, and I think Danya and Vidit really played a lot of basketball there.
Yeah, no, he was really good at basketball.
And what about these history classes and all? Because we all know Danya is very good at chess, but you spoke about like him being very good at academics as well.
Oh, he was so good at academics, and he was such a good writer. His essays were insane. And just his knowledge of history was really impressive. I mean, he did end up getting his bachelor's in history, and I know that after he was considering getting a master's, and I remember he told me, he was like, don't tell anyone yet, but I've actually accepted a job at Charlotte. I'm going to follow my dreams. And he really loved history, but chess was always his true passion. And I know it was hard for him to decide to do that. And it was actually so beautiful because Charlotte and Peter gave him this opportunity to do what he always wanted to do. Yeah.
And can you tell us a bit about this decision of going to Charlotte? Because I think I was speaking to many people and it felt like everything that Danya did, whenever chess was involved, he was like in the present, he really liked it, but he was good at other things as well.
Oh, he was good at everything that he did, for sure. And if he had wanted to do something else, I have no doubt that he would have been excellent at it. But I remember him just saying that like this is something that felt right, and he deeply knew that he wanted to do this. So I never questioned it. Yeah, and it was funny because even with chess content, we just sometimes talk and brainstorm, and like we did like a few test series and we wrote them together. We'd be like, this is how a master thinks, this is how a grandmaster thinks, and it wasn't like content that he loved. He loved teaching the game, and that was a way of doing it. And even with streaming, it's just because he loved playing chess and explaining it. So it was never about something performative. It was just truly love of the game.
Right, and that's also seen in the way he maybe puts his titles in his videos or his thumbnails. And someone like me who's also doing YouTube, I would always wonder, like, he was always so real.
Yeah,
he didn't want to maybe clickbait anyone or
I agree. I think he just cared about delivering and teaching chess in the best way possible and being a good ambassador for it. Yeah, and every time we do commentary together, I would always learn new words from him. I remember he kept using the word disabuse, which is to correct you from a wrong opinion, and then I would learn a word from him, and then I would try using it the rest of the commentary. It was just so fun because you learn so much more than just chess when you're watching Danya.
And then you guys also used to do chess streams together where he would give some insane odds.
Yeah.
And I guess you did win once and made him dance or something.
I mean, he would give us insane odds, like 15 seconds, and I also looked at my games with Danya's, and I think at some point we'd play 5-second chess, and we'd like have like 100 matches of 5-second chess because there's nobody else who's like willing to play such a crazy time control. But yeah, we would always play for things, and usually we would put a dance on the line, and Teal was like, Alex, no more dance. I was like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry. So then we stopped doing that. But it was fun. He was always a good sport. And when we came to Charlotte, we played 3 versus 1. But no, it was really sweet. It was always fun to do those odds matches, and he was always down to do it. And it was really fun. Like, you feel like you're bantering with a good friend, even if you're not in the same place. So it was nice that streaming was able to keep that together.
Amazing. And Danya was also like, he's a world-class player, right?
Yeah.
2650. But somehow that kind of superiority about chess did not exist in him, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was so humble towards anybody who would ask him questions about chess, and I'd never heard him boast about himself ever. He'd be willing to help people no matter what their elo is, and he'd be so polite and talk to everyone. He was just such a sweet soul, and even with as talented as he was in chess, I don't think he ever I hope that he did understand how talented and gifted he was, even with all of the controversy with the cheating accusations at the end.
Yeah, I mean, that was tough, but I think he did so many amazing things. Especially I think people on YouTube and on the internet have so much of regard for him, even though they may not have met him.
Yeah, and it's really beautiful to see that. And I know from talking to his close friends in his last days too, that his legacy was really important to him and how he'd be remembered in chess. So, we can't bring him back, but we can honor his memory and try to all be better people as a way to honor him, both in chess and in life.
Yeah, I saw the board outside. I don't know if you have seen it. And
No,
the
I haven't seen it
names
yet.
of all the contributors are there, like each one.
Yeah.
And there's this one section where there are all the people who've contributed online, and it's like the names are written in small letters.
Oh, I didn't see that
It's filled
yet.
with, and it shows like the amount of support people have given to make this event possible.
Yeah.
And so you are looking forward to play here in the Blitz and in the Creator section, yes?
Yes, I'm going to be playing the Blitz in the Creator section, and I'm going to be commentating on my sister playing the Rapid section tomorrow. And it'll be amazing to see everybody here. Even if I'm not playing the Rapid, I'll come say hi in between commentating on Andrea's games. And you guys can beat me up during the Blitz. I'm really rusty. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I think it's the same with many of us
Yeah,
here.
no, there's the only thing that would get me to play a FIDE rated chess tournament right now is to honor Danya, nothing else.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And lastly, I want to ask you, through all the years that you've spent time with him, if there's something or a few things that you've learned and that you would like to share with people so that they can imbibe it in their life as well, what would that be?
Just his energy of being both a genius and somebody who is so truly caring and empathetic towards other people that you could be good at things while also being kind to other people. And that was something that he just embodied so well.
Well, thank you, Alexandra, for your time, for sharing the stories with Danya. I think you spent so much time with him, so it was wonderful to know them.
Yeah, thank you.